Oh my god, 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 it's finally happening. It's finally happening. It's finally happening,
I figured we'd reward Dan here for punishing him with punishing games, even though he likes the punishing games. So, for B.O.R.G, we're going to play through Twilight Princess, and regardless of... Well, I mean, you'll probably see this before we finish Metal Gear Solid 3. But again, I know we keep saying it, but Metal Gear Solid 3 will be finished. It's just a matter of getting on Judge's schedule since he is still incarcerated. You know, we gotta get Kyle his conjugal visits, and that's about when we'll be able to record again.
Oh boy.
So...
Giggity goose. So, in case you haven't figured it out, this is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. My favorite video game ever.
For me, Zelda is huge. Like, I love the series Zelda. It's not my favorite series, obviously, because Metal Gear.
Let's see, I'm playing with a gamepad.
I would probably say this game, actually, to tell you the truth, probably just because, like, not every single weapon, like, calls out to me. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, the spinner. I think the spinner's dumb.
I love the spinner, man.
The Dominion Rod's pretty cool, but, again, there's not a lot of uses for it. So it's kind of like it's a throwaway weapon that's kind of gimmicky. Right.
Let's see.
And so, some of the stuff in it is just kind of like, I don't know, bland comparatively. Like a lot of the, in my mind, a lot of these dungeons are actually more straightforward compared to like the other Zelda games. So, I mean, this will probably be, let's see here, about middle of the road when it concerns like Zelda ranking for me. Like, still my favorite is still Link's Awakening.
Really?
Just because it's so weird. Like, it's still a Zelda game, but it's like super, super weird.
Splurp.
Yeah, splurped. Splurped.
Splurped. The Legend of Splurped.
Probably my second favorite game would probably be Link to the Past, followed by the original Zelda. Probably then followed by Adventure of Link, because a lot of people throw shade that way, but I actually really like it because it's a really, really, really simple RPG, but Zelda. So,
well, my favorite before this came out was, it went Ocarina of Time, the original Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, Link to the Past, Skyward Sword, the original, Zelda 2, and then Wind Waker. Right at the bottom of the list. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't give a shit.
Honestly, probably the top 3 worst Zelda games for me is...
Hold on, before we continue, I'm going to steal a joke from Really Freaking Clever.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of confusion in these games, you know, to outside observers about, you know, it's called The Legend of Zelda, but the hero is Link. So everybody thinks that Link is Zelda. Well, we're here to set the record straight. Zelda's the horsey.
Zelda's the horse. Okay.
Zelda's the horsey. In case you didn't know. Zelda's the horsey.
Okay. Okay. I'm okay with that. Normal mode.
Normal mode.
Maybe we'll dick around with hero mode for Willy Rage Quit some other time.
Because Link is left-handed and always should be.
Anyway, so why is this going on? Because obviously everyone's seen this. Plus, it's reading, so there's no voice acting to speak over.
Well, there could be. Tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls? I'm not sure why.
Doing this?
I'm not sure why he is Sean Connery.
Are we really doing this?
Let's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's just leave it off for a few seconds for people to read if they really want to, and then go past it. Anyways, honestly, my 3 least favorite, and it's only because I didn't feel like the motion controls worked at all. Was Third least favorite is Skyward Sword, followed by the two DS titles.
The two DS titles?
The Phantom Hourglass and the tracks.
Oh, Hourglass and...
Yeah. They're just not good Zelda games.
I have a favor to ask of you, Splorped.
That being said, I can't really choose, like, in the Game Boy, the handhelds, like, which one are my favorite besides Link's Awakening, because Oracle and Time and all that stuff, that's really good. Or Oracle and Ages, I'm sorry. Minish Cap is really good. I like Minish Cap a lot.
Ages and Seasons.
Seasons are the Oracle's games, yeah.
Well, I mean, the Oracle games are basically a Link to the Past. I mean, they're the same guy, the same version of Link.
Yeah. So it's one of those things
and it's the same thing with Link's Awakening. I saw a video arguing over which Link was the strongest, and one of the factors they talked about was questing experience, and the hero of legend from those games, from Link to the Past, the Oracle games, and Link's Awakening, won that category, and the justification was, this guy is such an experienced quester, he goes on entire adventures in his sleep.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people who get that.
But I don't know, like I said, it's just one of those things where I like weird, goofy things, and, like, Link's Awakening never really took itself serious. I mean, you could steal from the shop and forever be called thief. Which, if you didn't want to grind out those 1,000 fucking rupees, you just go and steal a bow and arrow and be done with it.
See, I always liked realism better. Like, Ocarina of Time was right in the sweet spot, right on the border where I could still deal with it. Like the cartooniness, for lack of a better term. But this was always my second favorite, just because Ocarina was the better game. Since this came out, my list has been modified. This is number 1. It's amazing. Ocarina of Time was my favorite game for 18 years. And I never thought anything would dethrone it, and then this happened.
You mean when they redid all the buttons, the quick prompts, and all that fun shit?
For this? Or for...
Let's specify. When they came out with the HD collection, this became his favorite game.
Yes. Yes, this was my second favorite game until this specific edition of it came out. Then it became my favorite. This specific version is what makes Twilight Princess my favorite Zelda game, and my favorite video game ever.
Now, we probably won't be doing a lot of the side quests, at least on screen. Like, if Dan really wants to stick around with it, off screen he can. But we're going to stick mainly to the main story for the most part, unless it is like a simple, quick thing like, oh, there's a heart piece in front of us, let's grab it, or something like shit like that.
Yeah.
Or there's a bug like right next to us, we'll get it. But other than that, we're not going to go out of our way to collect things and stuff like that. At least not on screen.
I splorped.
Splorped. That's the other thing that I'm actually, like, scratching my head about.
What?
This is one of, like, the only games where the opening scene is not Link passed out.
That's true. Link does sleep a lot.
Well, every single...
Hey, where's Zelda?
Yeah. Every single game...
Her name's right in the title. Where is she?
every single game, our first scene
Well, that's not
Link.
true. Majora's Mask, he wasn't asleep. Alright, let's see if I can deal with this after Dark Souls controls for so long.
Well, I mean, technically, if you go by the people who are out there theorizing, he's in the eternal sleep the whole game. So...
Oh, those people. How do I get to settings? I forget. It's been so long. Boom. There we go. Options. Let's,
Yeah, you like to reverse everything.
No, see, I just like to invert the vertical axis.
I never get that. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there that, like, especially with their first-person shooters, because, like...
See, I don't like this now. It's... maybe I was wrong. Maybe I invert everything. I don't know, because I don't...
For both axes, just to try it. I mean...
Oh, I inverted air-water control. That's what the problem was.
Uh,
Invert vertical axis. You know what? We'll just invert both axes. See how I like that. There we go. That's my shit. Okay. Alright, we're good. What the hell? He looks so sad. Hurry up and bring Zelda with you. Dude, we're not even done with the tutorial yet.
And honestly...
The horse being named Zelda is going to be a wealth of comedy.
Oh, yeah. It? Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying about controls.
Yeah, I don't quite understand, other than people like with actual like joysticks, why they would ever do that with a thumbstick. Why would they invert it? But I mean, some people, they have preferences, shit like that.
It just, in my mind, it makes sense that if I want the camera to move to the right, I press the control stick right, and if I want it to move up, I push up, down, I push down.
I guess so.
Like not like an airplane, but... I mean, I guess it comes from my background in journalism. I did 3 years of journalism classes in high school. So, for me, cameras are always like this physical object.
I guess that's fine.
It better be fine. I'm the one playing the fucking game. You don't like it, you play it.
Here's my first complaint about this game.
What's that?
And it's not a complaint about this game altogether. It's the complaint about this version of this game.
Whoa, Ilya washed Zelda for us. That's weird.
Lesbianism. Nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just that I think the HD remake of this game makes some of the people's faces look really, really stupid. Like, I think the original, like, before the HD remake, the faces looked fine.
And we're back.
So anyways, I was saying is that I think some of the facial expressions, like, especially, like, when you saw her, like, Ilya here, when her face was turned away from you.
Uh-huh.
It's just the realistic art style and the fact that her eye looked painted on and not, like, didn't have 3D-ish to it. It just doesn't look right to me. Like, I don't know if...
Well, it's not necessarily supposed to be realistic. It's more of an anime style. Because if you look at it, like, they've got the dimensions of anime characters.
Yeah, it's just...
They move like anime characters.
Yeah, it's just... I guess I'm not a big fan of the HD remake of this, like, at least visually. Like, the control-wise, it's definitely...
I love it. It's beautiful.
Control-wise, it's awesome. And I mean, even the backgrounds and stuff looks wonderful, but the character models, some of the character models did not make a good transition in my mind from what it was to HD.
Disagree.
That's just my personal preference, though.
Really, my only complaint is that if you remember in the original, like the GameCube and the Wii versions, there was like this weird faintish yellow haze like over everything. Yeah. Like especially in the Twilight.
It's because they were using video effects to try to simulate Twilight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why this whole game's called Twilight Princess. Because it's all about Twilight.
But see, the thing is, I'm kind of sad that that's gone. That it led so much to the atmosphere of the original game, in my opinion.
But here's the thing. I think they learned that was an awful idea, only because any special video effects on HD usually doesn't go well. Case in point, Silent Hill HD.
Never played it.
Anyone, like, there was a huge push during the PS3 era for a bunch of HD remakes. Mm-hmm. And Metal Gear Solid 3 came out, or the Metal Gear Solid, like, things came out in HD, it looked beautiful. Shadow of the Colossus HD came out, it looked gorgeous. And then they decided to do the thing for Silent Hill. Mm-hmm. It looked like utter shit because they couldn't get the video effects, the fog effect, to work with the HD remake. So it looked like garbage.
Herding some goats.
So my guess is Nintendo tried to learn from that and took that effect off only because they thought it might have made it look like the Silent Hill effect. Just not good. So my guess is that's why you don't see that effect.
I mean, it's not a huge gripe.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's a very...
There's probably a technical reason why it's not there. It's not like, oh, let's just get rid of it for the sake of getting rid of it. It's probably because they thought, well, you know, it works for the original game because the graphics are all muddled and...
mid-2000s-y.
Yeah. So, like, it worked then, but now, obviously, now that everything's clear and crisp, that effect probably would have made things look really bad.
Come here, goat.
But since I've been throwing a lot of shade, a lot of things that I do like I said, I do like the background.
No, you fuck.
I do like the vistas. Like, it's very much like Lord of the Rings. It's cool to look at all the scenery and stuff like that. I love the way the boomerang works in this game. I love the way that the claw shot works in this game.
Oh, the double claw shots are the best thing to ever happen to Zelda.
And it's not really, like, shade against this game, because it's almost every single game, in my personal opinion. But controlling Epona is just work. I'm not a big fan, and it's not just this game. It's almost every single game that you have to control Epona in.
Who's Epona?
Zelda in this game. Controlling Zelda, okay?
I'm just... No, it's Epona.
Yeah. But I've never been a big fan. Like, other horse-ridden games are better. Like, obviously, Red Dead, obviously, Metal Gear Solid 5, Shadow of the Colossus did a really good job at it.
Oh, you fuck.
But hey, before you jump this fence, let's next time.
Oh yeah, next time on B.O.R.G.
So we'll see you guys in the next episode.
I totally just ripped off Game Grumps. Sorry, reflex.